It is only one side of the aisle, the Democratic aisle, that went so into the gutter with Judge Robert Bork that they invented a new verb to bork someone.
I got borked once. Worst night of my life. That's when I decided no more bork dick.
Was it racist or anti-women for them to do so?
I'm sorry, did he say racist? Racist? I feel like I'm wearing a retainer.
That's why these hearings are supposed to be different, not because people act like jackwagons.
Can I get the racist guy to tell me what jackwagon is? At least he is starting with words I understand.
Is it your personal hidden agenda to incorporate critical race theory into our legal system?
Ketanji, sis, don't answer that. Don't let these people know nothing until phase 3 of the plan. You remember?
It's hard for me not to look at you and not see my mom, not to see my cousins. I see my ancestors and yours.
Mama, cousin, the ancestors.
You have earned this spot. You are worthy.
Damn you, Corey.
You are a great American.
Corey, with the oratory, okay? No, I will not be quiet. It's the moment. Nobody told me I was gonna need a Kleenex up in here.
It's the year 2022, and black people have had enough of getting the cops called on them. In a secret laboratory under 125th Street, one scientist works tirelessly to create a new superweapon. One that will give white people a taste of what black people have to go through on a daily basis.
It's alive! It's alive!
Time to call some cops.
Of course. Oh my gosh, please do. What a great day for some barbecue.
That was you to call this garbage? I'm calling the police.
What? We're not doing anything wrong.
Hello, police? Yes, I'd like to report some white people with some nasty ass food. There's cilantro in the mac and cheese, a slurry of salsa, and the chicken is just wet. Not juicy, just wet. And what are these?
Oh, mushroom kebabs. They're vegan.
Bring the SWAT team. We're gonna need backup. And a stomach pump.
Oh, schnuckums. Oh, yes. Mommy loves you so much. Mommy loves you so much. Oh, you're so sweet. Oh, I love you so much. Oh, my goodness, Mommy.
You can't be kissing that dog on the mouth. Hasn't that rescue been through enough?
Oh, he's not a rescue. I only buy.
You need to stop slobbering on this animal before you make COVID-33.
Leave us alone. We're not harming anyone.
You're assaulting me!
I'm not assaulting you. I'm just telling you to mind your own business.
That's the same thing to a Karen. Hello? Police? Yes, some woman with puppy child breath is coming right at me.
You guys always do this to me. I'm gonna do it. Maybe you have heard this little ditty. Hit it. It's not good.
Nuh-uh, I'm not letting you butcher Sweet Caroline.
You don't even know that's what I was gonna sing.
You're white and you're drunk. What else are you gonna sing? WAP? I'm gonna have to report this.
For what? Singing karaoke is not a crime.
It is if it's bad enough, sing it.
Sweet.
Hello, police? These Caucasians are at it again.
What are you doing in this expensive boutique?
What are you doing with all that jewelry in your purse with the price tag still on them? Police! Being a mad scientist?
I was selling bootleg DVDs.
People still buy DVDs?
You'd be surprised.
Hello, friends. It's June, which means it's the first month of the year where it's just hot enough outside to not be sexy. But in America, we know June also means Gay Pride Month. So I want to wish everyone a happy Pride. And I'm not the only one. This year, it feels like every damn company with a logo is going full rainbow. You've probably seen these ads, like Burger King offering Whoppers with 2 top buns and 2 bottom buns. Listen, it's still bread. And every gay man I know is not eating bread in the summer. They're doing keto and crunches until October. But don't forget, companies weren't always jumping on the pride float looking like a Lisa Frank trapper keeper. When the gay rights movement first began in 1969, most companies were too afraid to advertise to gay people. They didn't want to offend the rest of America, especially religious conservatives. They were so uptight they thought pretzels are too sexy. All those twists. Oh, it's so sinful. So companies kept their distance, except for Absolute Vodka. Absolute was one of the first big companies to market to the queer community because those Swedes don't give a shit about the religious right. They were like, who cares if the right doesn't like us? All they drink is milk. So thanks to Absolute for being a true ally. It's a good year. I didn't drink the whole thing because I got a work meeting after this and they said I gotta be sober this time. Anyway, as gay people became more visible in society, some advertisers slowly started reaching out into the community until the AIDS epidemic blew up. That sent companies fleeing for the hills again. Oh no, what if the gays look at our ads? Like, is that how you get AIDS? But you know what company doubled down on their advertising during the AIDS crisis? That's right, Absolute Vodka. The second half got a kick. Damn, all right. Where was I? Right, by the 1990s, the queer community had once again fought its way into greater acceptance. So brands once again tried to dip their toes into the pool party, but they were still too nervous to jump all the way in. So American advertising entered a phase now known as gay vague, which sounds a lot like being in a fraternity. Basically, it was companies hinting at possible homosexuality. Like this Volkswagen ad where 2 dudes are driving in a car and then pick up this dirty ass chair off the sidewalk. So the ad leaves it open to interpretation. Are they roommates? Are they lovers? Are they roommate lovers? Because that's the worst kind of hookup. You gotta wait for them to text you back and finish up in the bathroom. Now, a few times during this era, a brand tried to make an outright gay ad, like Benetton and IKEA. And the ad completely won over the religious right and they apologized for everything. Psych! One IKEA in Long Island even got a bomb threat. What is wrong with these religious fanatics? They know the furniture isn't gay, right? Plus, if there's one place that can reassemble after a bombing, it's an IKEA. Unfortunately for the religious right, but luckily for everyone else, their time was ending. Over the next 2 decades, Americans started to realize that gay people were just the same as everyone else, except with better abs. And as popular opinion improved, companies finally felt it was safe enough to take gay money. And this time it was major brands. Amazon started advertising to gay people. Coca-Cola aired a commercial with 2 dads during the Super Bowl. And Just Salad even had a big gay salad, which, come on, that was just a regular salad. At least saw some glitter in it. And that brings us to today, when practically every company does Pride Month marketing. But just because every June a business acts like they're auditioning for Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, it doesn't mean their values line up with their tweets. Take AT&T, for example. They love to show everyone how much they support Pride, while also giving $1 million to anti-LGBTQ politicians and PACs. Or how retailers like H&M are launching Pride collections with items made in countries that criminalize homosexuality, which is another reason wearing this ugly-ass top should be a crime. And they aren't the only hypocrites donating to anti-queer causes, but hey, Why go through all the trouble of listing them here? I'm no hater. Oh, and that one too. Okay. Are we done? This is making me sad. The point is, enjoy all those gay whoppers and pink Toyotas, but don't forget what this month is about. Pride is a time to celebrate the right to love who you want and to honor the people who fought to give us that right, back when no brand was on their side. Except for Absolute. You know what? One of those gay whoppers sounds real good about now, though. I'm dizzy. Hello, friends. If you know me, you know that I love me some drag. It's like sports, but for people who don't want to deal with any balls, if you know what I mean. But recently, conservatives have been acting like drag is some brand new thing that liberals dreamed up to turn your kids into glitter demons. Now, maybe these conservatives wouldn't be so scared of drag if they could just get to know how it could help them. So to get up close and personal with the art form, I want to bring in a true expert. My friend and RuPaul Drag Race superstar, the hilarious Carrie Colby.
Hello, I'm gonna try to be funny today.
I trust you, sis. You got this. Ooh. Carrie and I are going to take a closer look at some of these Republicans who got beef with drag and help them get in touch with their inner drag queen. Okay. First up, we got Ron DeSantis, Florida governor, and what would happen if grown-up Pinocchio joined QAnon.
This man looks like he's doing Tucker Carlson cosplay.
Oh, absolutely. Because also, can we talk about this haircut?
Sir, you are a 43-year-old man. Why are you getting your hair done at Kids Cuts?
So obviously, we need to cover up that coif with a bold wig.
Baby, he needs a blunt cut.
Blunt cut to cover your face.
Chop it, honey.
Look at this man's face. He's got Jim Crow's feet.
It's true. The crow's feet are crowing, honey. It just crow. Like, no, I don't need it.
Now, Ron DeSantis threw his hat in the drag-hating game when he said he wanted to revoke the liquor licenses of restaurants that allowed kids into drag brunch.
I'm surprised he has so much to say for a man with no lips at all. Look at this man. He runs his mouth so much that his lips have left the scene.
Truly. So what I would want is to fill in that mouth with a full red gloss.
And we gotta do something about those eyebrows. Right now, it's giving Cro-Magnon. We need to do something with that brow so it can give a little more personality.
Truly. Heighten little lip. Now let's move on to Michigan legislator Beau Lefebvre.
I cannot believe someone with a natural drag queen name hates drag queens so much. Beau Lefebvre sounds like a sexy armoire that lives in a beast castle.
Now, Beau here wants to allow parents to sue schools that expose kids to drag queens.
Well, first things first, let's get rid of that beard, honey.
Oh no. It's not supposed to be drag queens.
There's not supposed to be that.
And a box of Bisquick has come to life? I will not. How dare you?
Apparently you are what you eat, girl.
Listen, you are what you eat.
And last, we have Carrie Lake. What a waste of my name, number one. But she is a Republican candidate for governor, and she's also the villain from every cheerleader movie.
Oh, absolutely. Carrie was quoted saying, "They kicked God out of schools and welcomed drag queens." But what's interesting about that is that she used to be a fan. Oh, she even had a drag queen perform at her birthday.
Ooh, it really makes you wonder what happened that day. I know if it was my birthday and someone came in and was being so fabulous, too fabulous even, I'd be a little upset too.
Oh, absolutely. But now that she's sworn off drag, she's gonna be a middle-aged woman having her birthday at Golden Corral.
Ooh, that does not sound appetizing. IBS to go, honey. But we're gonna do her a favor and give her a makeover for free. Now, getting her from resting Kellyanne Conway face to 50 and fabulous, we're gonna have to add some extensions because right now she's just ripping off 90s Halle Berry.
Girl, leave the past behind. That was 4 Catwomans ago, okay? We're up to Zoe Kravitz now. So, there's your new looks.
Because clearly you aren't going to beat us, so you might as well join us, baby.
Hello, friends. Hispanic Heritage Month just wrapped up. But before we go, I want to talk about reggaeton. And if you don't know what it is, you've probably heard the unmistakable beat of reggaeton before, especially if you have upstairs neighbors.
Can you keep it down up there?
I will not! like this song. The roots of this music go back as far as the 70s and as far south as Panama. It could have started further south, but the beats are so big they don't fit through the canal. It was here in the 1980s when music artists started putting Spanish lyrics over Jamaican dancehall songs, creating the new sound of reggae en español. And honestly, I'm glad I wasn't there, because watching Spanish words and dancehall music coming together for the first time, that'd have been too sexy to handle. There's no way you didn't leave that dance floor too pregnant. It's like being the jelly in a Diego Luna and Bad Bunny sandwich. Ooh, delicious. Two of reggaeton's earliest pioneers were Leonardo Renato Alder and Edgardo Franco. Franco would later be known as El General and even looked like if the Fresh Prince got sent to military school instead of Bel Air. These two and other artists grew their new sounds by giving tapes to bus drivers who would bump their music. It's basically the way rappers in Atlanta give their singles to strip club DJs. Except in this case, you hope people jam out to your music while running late for work. In 1985, El General moved to New York City, where he began spreading early reggaeton in the clubs. It almost didn't happen though, because while he was in New York, El General also pursued a degree in business administration in an effort to get a real job. You have to wonder, what if that path had worked out? He'd be in an office going, Ernst & Young, this is El General speaking. How may I direct your call? Thankfully, he was sucked back into music, hosting parties and performing. In 1990, he put out the song Tu Pum Pum, a tribute to the power of the pussy. And El General's cover blew up. It was a hit in mainland America, in Puerto Rico, and spread to Central and South America. The music was spreading so fast it would have made COVID jealous. Not too far from Brooklyn, on Long Island, the defining beat of reggaeton, the dembow rhythm, was popularized by Panamanian rapper Nando Boom. The sound was originally created by Jamaican dancehall musician Chopper Ranks, who looks like if Blade became a DJ instead of fighting vampires. From there, the sound moved to a different Long Island, Puerto Rico. And here's where all the Panamanian and New York ingredients finally mixed together to make something special, like sofrito for your ears. It took off at a club called The Noise, founded by the Quincy Jones of reggaeton, DJ Negro. He had been selling hot dogs on the street to get by, and then had an idea to start a club. It was there that the genre became known as El Underground, and created a whole new generation of artists like Evie Queen. They also popularized reggaeton's most famous dance, perreo. Oh, I know this dance. This is just me in 2005. This is the dance you do when you don't want to pay for drinks. At one point, Puerto Rico's government cracked down on El Underground and tried to regulate the lyrics and perreo dance moves. But all that did was make El Underground more popular. This was like when your parents tell you not to date somebody, but then that person gets abs. I'm sorry, mama, you make some good points. But I can wash clothes off his stomach. Later, the genre exploded all over mainstream with the release of the hit song Gasolina by Daddy Yankee in 2004. And Daddy Yankee was everywhere. MTV, Time Magazine, even the campaign trail.
I just want to say thank you, Daddy Yankee.
That's right. You know a genre is big when the old white Republicans start calling. For a little while, reggaeton was huge. But then record companies moved on and it disappeared in much of America, which basically means most Americans thought it didn't exist anymore. We're like a baby who falls for peekaboo, but with Latin music. But even as America forgot about it, reggaeton went through a rebirth in Medellin, Colombia, the city you recognize from Narcos. Colombian artists like J Balvin, Raycon, and Karol G gave reggaeton a new, more mainstream sound with lyrics that focus less on violence and more on sex and romance, like if Neo became Neo. It grew and grew in popularity until America caught on again with Despacito. That's right. Luis Fonsi and Daddy Yankee took over the globe with Despacito. It was #1 for 16 weeks. This song was so popular, even racists were learning Spanish. Como se dice, go back to your own country. And since Despacito, reggaeton has kept its hold in America, which is great because this is a genre that is still evolving and becoming more inclusive. You know, it grew out of a rich Hispanic heritage of, oh, seriously, that neighbor again?
Hey, sorry about before, but can you actually turn it up? Everyone downstairs started dancing, and I just want to keep the party going.
Okay, I don't know how you got in here, but sure. Can we turn it up, please? Thank you. No, thank you. You can get out now. Whew. Hello, friends. I'm Atlanta-raised celebrity Dulcé Sloan. Now, Atlanta has been called many things. The Black Mecca, Wakanda, a Black Utopia. It's basically the opposite of Portland, Oregon. But does the A live up to the hype? I'm at Pond City Market to talk to fellow ATLian and cultural curator, Bame Joyner of Atlanta Influences Everything to find out.
My name is Bame Joyner, co-founder of Atlanta Influences Everything, which is a civic-minded creative consultancy known for a popular phrase and shirt in Atlanta.
You said a lot of... It sounds like a very Atlanta thing because it sounds like you got a bunch of like slashes on your business card.
Yeah.
Like, do you also DJ?
Nope, but there's a DJ in this store.
There's always a DJ. There's always a DJ. Okay, we've been talking about this question for decades as Black people who live in Atlanta or who are from Atlanta. Is Atlanta a Black utopia?
I don't know if I would say a utopia. We still in America. Black Mecca, Black Utopia, Wakanda, all of the things. It's a place where Black people are comfortable.
Right.
Utopia makes it seem like, ain't no crime, ain't no problems. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it is interesting because where your store is, we're in the pull-up, and we're at Pont City Market, but and I know for a long time, on this back street, this street used to be very sketchy.
Mm-hmm. Man, it's crazy you say that, because the other piece of that, remember the name of the Kroger that was right here?
Yes, and I don't care how, I know y'all call it Beltline Kroger, it's Murder Kroger. We don't care. And when they tried to change it, we called it Murder Kroger.
So this is a multi-layered thing. Yeah, there are the perceived streets paved with gold for Black people to achieve whatever they are trying to achieve without a barrier.
Right.
But there's also like multi-layered classism here too. Mm-hmm. That's just how Black it is.
Right.
It's aggressively Black, where it's tribal like Wakanda.
Right.
It's a safe Black place to be Black, and you have a fair shot to make it what you want it to be.
Do you think that Black people here have a different experience than Black people from other places because we've seen generations of Black wealth and Black higher education and just upward mobility for Black people?
It is rooted in the Black narrative, kind of going back to W.E.B. Du Bois and Booker T. Washington's debate on Blackness that took place on the Atlanta University Center campus. So yeah, and we want to tell that narrative all the way up. But if you look, none of these other Black cities have anything like the Atlanta University Center.
Right. So there are 4 HBCUs, historically Black college universities in Atlanta. It's Morris Brown, Clark Atlanta, Spelman, and Morehouse. And so, as people grew up here, to see like not only one Black school, but 4 Black universities.
Yeah, and so it's that post-secondary education that Oakland, Chicago, Detroit, they don't have the Morehouse and Spelman-y thing. And I think along with the consistent Black mayors, that became the attraction.
Is the fact that Atlanta has had Black mayors for 40 some odd years, has that made a significant impact on the city?
Most definitely. And the mayor that kind of set everything off, Maynard Jackson, he put forth those policies and took that risk. He understood that police chief, police force, superintendent, teachers, everything that the public sector could touch, that also had to be on mission like what he saw. And if he couldn't get buy-in from the working class people in those sectors, that this was the mission.
So everybody got to get along. So we have to understand. So, I mean, that's a very interesting thing for someone to come in and just go, especially a Black man to come in and go, okay, we got a chance.
Yeah.
So compared to the rest of the country, is it easy to be Black in Atlanta?
So the way we engage with Blackness, the way we engage with white people, we didn't know that it was odd until you start traveling or you get these other stories. You're like, man, you talking to white people like that? Like, yeah. Bro.
Yeah.
You just have more confidence, whether it's louder, whether it's quiet confidence than the average Black person. And we don't know that that's odd until people start exposing us to the rest of the world. And it's like, oh, you don't move like that where you from? I think white Atlantans are unique in their experience with Blackness, for better or for worse. Atlanta seems to have become a safe place for that.
As somebody who grew up here, is from here, What do you love about Atlanta?
The ability just to be my black self, whatever I say that is.
I like that. So, there you have it. Atlanta might not be Wakanda, but it is a city where you can just be your black self.